Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Romer Reacts. And this is a series where I watch patron submitted videos with all of you guys. And the first one is sent in by Felicitas Felix, and it is the character demo for Collei, a character who we all know and love dearly. Let's check this out.
Trainee Forest Ranger Collei reporting for duty. I will.
Hoyoverse.
Trainee Forest Ranger Collei.
Oh, the music already.
I will ensure
There's
you
our
have
girl.
passage through this forest.
The music.
I think I finally got that line down. I didn't get any.
Oh, no, she's the best. She's the absolute best.
I'm feeling all right.
Again, like, I'm always so amazed how, like, they have a different energy and a different vibe for every single character demo or teaser that they put in these games. Like, every one of them feels different, and I'm always so impressed by that.
I'll take the chance to try to get some more done than usual. Even if it's a life or death situation, I'll never need to rely on their power again.
I cannot wait to start, like, upgrading her as well. And she's a bow user as well, which is something I forgot about. But I just think the music, like, weirdly, like, is the opposite of what I expected from Collei. But I guess that's because we knew Collei when she was, like, at her worst point in her life, we knew Collei. You know what I mean? So, like, I guess, like, it does make sense that this is different. Look at that transition there. Hold on a second. Look at the transition here, like, with the footsteps. Look at that. That's really cool. Man, I am so stoked that we were able to play it out. She seems like a really fun character to use, and there's Tighnari. Well, there's Amber.
Anyway,
Amber's weapon.
You two know Amber, right?
A very similar, like, vibe to our girl, like, to Amber in a way, right? A very similar, like, energy to Amber in a way. Like, and I feel like she adopted a lot of her, like her very, very, like, outgoing, like, hey, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna do this, hey, you're new here, let me help, from Amber. In a way, she is like the outrider knight of like Sumeru, in my opinion anyway. I feel like she's adopted a lot of very, very cool things from Amber. So grateful that we get to play as her soon. Thank you so much for sending it, Felix. That was really cool to see. I do love Collei. The next video is sent in by Cosmic Catlove, and it is, I think it's a music video, and it is to do with, I know it's to do with, it's a Genshin Impact MIAAAA, and it's in a different language, so, like, I wouldn't be able to say exactly what it is. Does this video have subtitles in English, I wonder? If not, it's fine. Let's see. We'll see if the subtitles, if not, it's okay. Let's get into this, Cosmic Catlove. And see, repost is prohibited. Okay, we're not reposting it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there's also still this is a beautiful art style. Music. What? Man, the art style is so pretty. The song's really neat as well. I never like when it comes to, like, these, like, music videos, like, the songs, like, are almost like take me out of, like, that they hit me from left field, because, like, I, like, never really, like, hear these type of songs all the time. So, like, whenever I get these type of suggestions, it's always really cool to listen to the music as well. But I do love the freaking art style. I think the way they like I don't know, I think the blue actually works well. Like, it's like, what would you call it? What blue would you call it? Anyway, it looks great. The whole video looks great. Hand reaching out here. Oh, the beat of sweat as well. I think we definitely got it in my head for sure. This is really neat. It's like so, like, simple but like complicated at the same time when it comes to like the different like you see like it has like the kind of still frame with the beautiful artwork of Kazuo here, but then like these little splashes of the water going beside it, like almost like little almost like fireworks mixed with like different ripples in the water. I think it looks great. You playing cards? Play cards with me. This is the dream. Just to play cards with someone like this. It's so pretty. And it's two really well designed characters as well, but oh, the kind of like purplish color on them. Well, then again, if you have a well designed character, usually a lot of colors will suit them. Yeah, it'll look out of place, but it works, you know? It's a really good song. Like, it's a really good song. What's this symbol here? Does he do this all the time and I never see it? Like, I'm just too busy looking elsewhere in the game. I love the background effects in this. How cool the style is. If I'm crying and Kazuo holds up a goddamn, oh my god, full color! When they're together, they're full color. Just simple way of doing like a style, simple way of telling a story through colors, and they've been doing it through this whole video. Like the idea of like being able to like it's just like it's so simple. You know, again, we saw this with like Alien Stage. Like how like, you know, you can tell a story through like visuals and color. You don't always need like someone to directly tell you what's happening, or even like to spell it out with like conversations, which is good too. Like they're both good styles, but like to do this as well in the music video is also like very impressive. And like people might be like, well, Calvin, like, you know, it's hard to mess up like the art style of these characters. I disagree. I really feel like you can see some fan art sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, I get the spirit, but it's like sometimes you can make like, even if it's in your own style, sometimes it can make the characters just look entirely different than they used to look, you know. And I love people capturing with their style these characters, while also keeping the original style intact as well. I think I'm so used to like blue Balladeer now because that's the one we have, that whenever I see the purple, it like throws me. Very cool. Very neat. Moved on to the next video very quickly. There's a K-On video. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, like, of course, like, yeah, the Balladeer is usually purple, but I think it's just because I got the blue Balladeer that it always throws me for like a loop completely where I'm like, oh, purple. But that is like the default, like that's how we're going to probably meet the Balladeer again, is in purple. Which is a color that does suit them quite a bit. Quite a bit. But yeah, I do like the Balladeer. I can't wait to meet them again. I cannot wait to meet them again. And Kazuo like is such a fantastic character too. And both designs were done really good justice there in that video there. Thank you so much for sending in Cosmic Cat Love. That was a really neat video to see as well. The next video is sent in by Phantom Vaporeon, and it is the K-On Tenshi ni Fureta Yo. And we always have a good time with these. Last week I didn't record the subtitles in the end, so I had to like edit in the video myself afterwards. Which, like, here's the thing, no problem. Like, it's part of the gig. You sometimes you have to, like, you know, do stuff that's like not like, you know, you're gonna have to edit stuff constantly. That happens. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining about it. It was my fault. But what I usually do is just to let you guys behind the curtain is like, you know, I usually just set up scenes on OBS, and it's the easiest way to do it, and actually is very fun. And actually recording on the Xbox now makes it even more fun. I love the way you guys can see here what's coming up next. I think that's a really cool idea. Look at this, so you can see what's next in the queue. But yeah, let's watch this now. We have they already have subtitles on. Yeah, they always have subtitles on these videos, I think. So this is a song for their junior. we're filling to capacity. I'm sitting on a pen too. Is it talking about, like, is the conversation having at the start of this about like the idea of like, do we have to be prepared every day? Is life going to be like this? You know what I mean? Like is you know, we have to have our pens and pencils for class. Do we have to be prepared for everything in life like this? I hope so. I hope so. Magic keychains, that's adorable. That's adorable. Great guitar riffs here as well. I think it's like, for me, like, what I find really sweet about the K-On! Stuff, I'm really cool about the K-On! Stuff, is like, yes, they are a band that is like way better than most like high school bands could be, like, legitimately, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I think I talked before, like, I was in music when I was doing music when I was a teenager, and I was in bands and I was in all this stuff. And like, if this band showed up on the scene, what was really funny about it is because I was in the heavy metal kind of scene, and I remember like the heavy, like, looking back now, like how silly a lot of the people were in our little scene, because I wasn't like this, and a few of us weren't like this, but like how like they looked down on anything that was anything soft or rock. We used to have like gigs where like we were able to play at these youth centers and stuff, and like they would make us play, not make us play. Hey, play your music or you're dead. I know, it was more just like, hey, do you want to sign up for this? And you just, for free, you do it for free. It's a way to get practice in. You know, perform in front of a crowd or whatever. But really, you're just performing in front of like your peers and the other bands. And I would always feel terrible because like bands like would have these legitimately awesome riffs and like these beautiful songs would show up, and like all like the heavy metal dudes would like leave the room, apart from like a few of us. And I was just like, man, like this is not how we're, you know, even if you don't like the song, you can stay to like support them, you know what I mean? But if any band like this showed up, like the K-On! Group, like, I'm pretty sure like we would all feel a bit self-conscious with how good they are in their years, being this young and being this good. Such a slow speed because the people are growing constantly, you can't see it. The editing is really cool too. There you go. All the setbacks you still have to go on. Oh, the idea of like feathers like falling, but it's like music like in the air, more like. Man, this is kind of sad. This is like a kind of a, like, I understand it's an uplifting song. I'm a little bit emotional. Text in the inbox. I never circle things on the calendar, I'll be honest with you, but thank you for the music, man. This is like making me like weirdly nostalgic. Like, I'm like thinking about like, oh, like how we got to a certain point when we were playing music as teenagers, and we were like you get to like your final exams and stuff, and I remember legitimately like the guys in my band were like, you know, hey, my parents are telling me I gotta study. And then other people were like, my parents are telling me you gotta study. And then like, you know, it was like, oh, we'll go on break. But everyone kind of knew, it's like, hey, you're going on break. You know, will it ever happen again? Because like, you know, you're never gonna be the same person you are, especially as a teenager. You're never gonna be the same person you are like 6 months from now, let alone a year from now, you know? There we go. It's the same sky wherever you are. Technically. By the way, oh. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the talent of these girls is kind of insane. Also, Ritsu looks like she's going ham on those drums. You know you're a good drummer. You know you find a good drummer when they're making weird faces while they're playing the drums. I really love you. That's like such a simple but like effective line, right? Hey, if you say I love you, we'll say we really, really love you. Like, it's so simple but it works so well. I don't know. I think it works very well. I've been playing the drums on my leg, by the way. I'm sorry if you heard that, guys. No, thank you for making the video. The reason I apologize for slapping my legs sometimes is because, like, there's a few things that you learn to not do over the years as a content creator. And that's like slapping your leg when you're talking. Like, you know when people go like that? Like, or they tap the chair like this? Sometimes it's okay if you're like, you know, if you're getting excited in the game. The other thing is when, like, if you drink some water and you go after, oh, no. I know it's difficult. It's hard not to do. It's hard to like just to forget about doing that because everyone has their own quirks. Like, because I used to do that too. Like, when I used to make videos, I'd be like smacking my lips all the time, you know? And you kind of have to learn not to do it. But that's a really cool song. Sorry for like getting sidetracked there. It's a really cool song. I thought, again, I like the idea of like just like a song being like more simplistic in nature, but still having a good message behind it. You know what I mean? And like still, you know, because you're able to like do like there's no like, you know, there's hidden messages there. Like there's a very cool like symbolism there, whether it be the flower, the feathers falling down. But the core of it is like, hey, you know, we're still friends. We still love each other. Yes, this is over, but it doesn't have to be the end. Now, the only thing that's sad about this is that if everyone knows what it's like to like leave, well, not everybody, but you know, when you leave a school, when you leave your friends behind, and you're like, we'll be friends forever. With some of them, maybe, you know what I mean? But it doesn't always last. It doesn't always last, which is depressing. But thanks so much, Phantom Vaporeon. The next video is sent in by Angel313, and it is the character demo for Heizou, Cyclone of Investigation. This is a character who, like, desperately would love to learn more about. And the reason I say learn more about is because like it feels like Heizou came and went, and I feel like that's why like he's so popular is because he has like, you know, people are probably filling in the blanks. We know about him, but like he kind of just came and went, you know, while other characters do get like more screen time. I think, in my opinion.
Heizou, sharpest and most successful detective of the Tenshi Commission. Detective agencies spend too much time investigating extramarital affairs.
Do you see what I mean? We're gonna skip back so I can watch the full thing. But like, one thing that's so cool about this is that it feels like Phoenix Wright music always also, like, you know what I mean? They do these demos like so well to the point that every one of them is so unique. It felt like a
The name Shikanoin Heizou, sharpest and most successful detective.
The law is coming.
Detective agencies spend too much time investigating extramarital affairs and tracking down runaway pets. And it goes without saying that fighting thugs and fetching things isn't my kind of work. A true detective uses their smarts to outwit criminals at every single turn. You keep following the clues until you find the culprit.
Oh my god, remember you gotta let himself locked in.
Every last piece of the puzzle is in place.
Is that a... Wait, is it his... That's a baton. That's a baton. Does he actually have a baton? If you can get a baton for a weapon in this game.
At the very last second. As if that'll somehow solve their problems.
Oh my god, so cool. Really great design. I don't care what anyone says. The outfit is like slick. It's like an outfit someone puts on when they know they're being like cute, you know? Man, with the beats and the music as well. I love the song. Just like the hand-to-hand combat stuff is so neat. Oh. No point begging now. No, wait, there's that. No, that's Akira?
Let's just hope the rain hasn't washed all the clues away.
Honestly, like, so freaking neat again. Like, so neat. Like, I freaking adore the character demos in this game. I think they do such a fantastic... As I've said a million times, I think they do an absolutely fantastic job with those those character demos and teasers. Mostly because at first you're thinking, okay, like, you know, especially when we were watching the ones in Mondstadt, we were like, okay, there is like a lot of differences here. They like ramped it up like season 2 to season 3, all this stuff where it's like, oh my god, like not only do they have like a different area they're fighting in, but like from the first second, the music is telling you this is completely different now. It's completely different. And I love that character design. It's really cool. Thank you so much for sending in, Angel313. That was really awesome to see, as always. The next video is sent in by Minu, and it is the Hoyofair 2022 anime opening for those who haven't seen it yet. Let's check it out. I definitely have not seen it yet. Let's go. Wait, what's it? Oh my god, wait! Wait! Shin Megami Tensei vibes. What is... Oh my god, wait, no way! Wait, is this them in... What the... Oh my god. Is this them in, like, modern times? Oh no! Wait, I gotta skip it back a bit, guys. I'm sorry. This is an astronomical find. Yeah, so that's Lamine and Aether. Wanderer and Lamine. This is Shin Megami Tensei. I'm amazed, lad. There's Amber. There's, oh my god, there's Fischl. Look at the, did you see the blazer? Did you see the blazer? Oh my god, of course, the crazy kids on each other's shoulders. I cannot believe Zhongli is. Oh my god! With the white cat, look, is that Xiao in the background? That's so neat. Is that... No way, Yaimiko even in her everyday life. Wait, who's playing in the band? Who the hell's playing in the band? That's... Oh my god, look at the babies! That's, it looked like Venti, Xinyan was in the band too. Let's get a good look at who's in the band here, actually. Look at the Diada. Diada's never that happy. So it's, okay, so it's Albedo, Xinyan, Venti. Who's the lead singer here? Is that, that's not Ayaka, is it? Is that Ayaka? It is. Very cool. Very cool stuff. This is amazing. Jesus Christ, this is glorious. Song is pretty good too. Ganyu and Catching. Or Catching, man. I feel like I always forget about Catching. Oh, there's our Barbara! I can't like see. It's one of my favorite things to see in like modern times, you know? Taiwan looks adorable. No, okay. Oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone here. I just think I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the idea that like there's a depiction here of first of all, look at the 3 babies in the corner, so funny. I'm okay that there's a depiction here of Ito like looking this cool, but like it's so funny to me to like that anyone would like draw Ito as like someone who like looks like he's like the like not the leader of the group, but like the guy in the group who like everyone looks up to. You know, there's our senior, and there's of course Yoimiya as well, and Sucrose. I think I forget about Sucrose all the time as well, but this is neat. This is so neat. There's Nahida. Man, look at these. They look so happy. Their hair is like golden as well. I don't think I've ever seen them that happy. Really cool stuff. Really, really neat. Over the moon seeing that type of stuff in these videos. You know, over the moon. I love seeing the modern take on Genshin characters. I appreciate it so much. It's like one of my favorite things in the world. It really is. The next video is sent in by Solvix. And it is the Infinity Paradise Lost exclusive trailers. So like Solvix usually has like these really cool little game trailers that like I never hear these games before, but I always do appreciate seeing what like comes out of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Whoever controls Sylph controls the galaxy.
Before we start, because I don't want to get interrupted here, you see the IGN logo in the corner? IGN used to strike people. Not even joking. Used to strike people for using for having their logo of a trailer they uploaded when YouTube's copyright system was even worse at one point. This is like an actual thing that happened to like now. I want to correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm thinking of it wrong, I don't want to like blame them. I think it was like maybe just a copyright claim. Maybe it might not have been a strike, but I remember Vadi Video got like a claim, which I always think is so weird. Like for any like, and again, I don't hate an IGN. There's great people that work there, just like there's great people that work out like in most places. But the crazy thing about it was like I remember just thinking like, you don't own this trailer. Like you put your logo on the trailer. That's what happened.
But those who would
it doesn't happen anymore, by the way.
Gift are threats to humanity's evolution. Such threats must be...
What?
Eliminated.
Who the hell are you?
I have a proposal. What if you were
It's a really pretty character design here for this character.
Addicted to silk?
Maybe I like where I am.
Maybe you should think
the visuals in the background
your
are
life
really
to a cause that really matters.
Wow. Look at the robot. I wonder what this is all about.
If you devote yourself to a path, you'll become greater than your pain.
So they went to like a different planet. Oh my god. That type of stuff always like interests me, man. Like again, I'm not a big fan of like space warfare. Never have been. Like it's not something that I'm always interested in, like historic things rather than like futuristic things. But like there's a particular style that I love when it comes to futuristic things. Like for example, like one of the best examples is like literally how the way Hoyo does it. Sorry for bringing Hoyo into this again. Like with like from what I've seen from Zenless Zone Zero and or like say like Scarlet Nexus or even like Honkai Star Rail. I love that type of stuff. But another style I really like is like the dark depths of space. You know what I mean? The dark depths. So maybe there are a lot of styles I like actually. So maybe I'm dumb. You know, there's not a lot of space styles I like, especially for this, and this. Jesus, like a lot of violent combat here. That's a big gun. That is a big gun. Man, it looks like yeah, there's a lot of desperation in this. Oh my god.
You can take the first step.
So it's Infinity, Paradise Lost. The music, as the subtitles say. So let's see. I want to look into the description here. So this is this year. It's new. So let's see. So they are exclusively showing the trailer for this one, by the way. So like again, sorry IGN for being like, you just slapped your logo on it. No, they were the reveal choice for this trailer, so that's my bad this time around. Infinity the game is the new animated series finds mankind nearly 200 years into an alternate future where humanity has departed Earth and colonized multiple star systems. While this is a shared, albeit tense unity amongst these planetary factions, conflicts still exist as great nations attempt to maintain control of resources in order to further enhance their grip on power. Aliens are believed to have gone extinct in these star systems until they begin to arrive. This is where Infinity begins. So the aliens are not extinct. Okay, very cool. Very cool stuff. Thank you so much for sending in. Again, it's so weird, like, cause you guys show me stuff that I never ever like would see otherwise. Like, did not know that existed. Did not know that even existed. Just being completely honest with you. Like, and I love that. I absolutely adore that. Because I think there's just so many videos in the world. There's so many like games in the world that you're not gonna like realize like or not gonna understand or not gonna know every single one of them. And I think that's a great thing. That's a great thing that there's so many things you get to learn every day about this stuff. Especially with like why I love Rome Reacts. I've said it a million times. I love seeing what they choose for me to watch. My patrons. I really do love it. Thank you for that. The next video is sent in by Leon, and it is the Tighnari trailer, but it's in, yes, I believe it is in Chinese, yes. And let's check this out for ourselves. Let's go. Really sweet voice. This character interests me so much.
美丽的蘑菇小姐，
每当雨季到来，甜水蕈就会繁衍得格外迅速。
Oh my god, yeah, look all the mushrooms around him as well.
话说回来，这数量是不是有点太多
Maybe. Wait, no, he just... His move is a football? Watch how his move is a football. So he's an archer as well. So it makes perfect sense that, like, that Collei is an archer because, you know, 2 inspirations and 2 people that they adore and, like, you know, have helped them. Both archers. One with the forest. This is so pretty.
不过驯兽居然会有这么强的攻击性，这倒是新发现。是个体的性格差异，或者
Oh, the twitch of the ears as the waterfall to them. This is like a movie. What the hell? We've had 2 character demos so far be like movies.
看来不是做研究的时候呢。
This is a really cool design for an enemy.
万影珠帘。
Music is gorgeous. It's really cool to see Tighnari in combat as well because I didn't see him as a combat-oriented character, but of course, like every character in this game is combat-oriented in some way. Even if they're just support characters or whatever, they have like the ability to perform combat, which I think is like, you know, like I guess that's what's so good about like the writing of Tighnari because like he is someone who like is trying to stay in the village and work towards like the problems in the village. I've already seen we're in Sumeru City in the next video that's coming out. I think that's actually like what's really cool about that character, and that's why I didn't even like think about combat with this character because I only saw them as a researcher. Whoa. Did you fall asleep?
原来是幻觉啊！
Oh, it was only a hallucination. From the mushroom?
其味微苦，
Oh, right back
带
into
有
the
一种特
research.
别的香味，毒素轻微，
That's a cute
会
animation.
让人对周围环境认知发生变化。收录在下一版的雨林生物图鉴中吧。
Really cool stuff. Done there as well. That's gonna be the next video. That's gonna be the next video. Yeah, thank you so much for sending. Again, I love those character demos because I feel like they do give you like what I love about the way I do it personally, and everyone has a different way they like to do it. I love meeting the characters and then seeing their character demos and getting a whole new appreciation for them through the character demos, right? Like the idea like that, like now we've seen Tighnari in like combat is so cool to me. Because again, like I said, my brain didn't even register that he would have combat. You know what I mean? Like that he would have like of course he would. He's a character in the game. But in my mind, I just saw him like with like a pen and a book, like he was at the end there. You know, that's the way I saw it. Thank you so much for that, Leon. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Death Trap, and it is the Genshin Impact 2nd anniversary feature film. Fantastic beasts and how to find them. Is that what it is? Let's see. It's not showing the full title, but let me see. 1 second here. This is by Death Trap, by the way, if I didn't see it. How to keep them. Fantastic beasts and how to keep them. Let's go. Foreign. Music. Okay. Oh, this is really neat. Oh, look, a Paimon! Wait, is that supposed to be Klee as well? Wait, is everyone an animal? No. Wait, no, not everyone's an animal. Some of them are animals. Look, is that Zhongli over there? Oh my god. I know people find it disgusting. I think it's adorable. It's not easy. Oh, there's Hu Tao. That's, oh my god, Kai and Diluc. No, don't cry. That is Klee. That is for sure Klee. Wait, that's Kokomi? Wait, who's that? Wait, wait, hold on a second here. And who's this then? So we know that's Kokomi, that's Klee. That's Albedo. And that's Goru? Who you sniff the butt of? This is seriously very adorable. Sarah? And that's Ito. Oh my god. Oh no, no, don't. This is the. Oh, there's of course the teapot lady. This is a really cool style. Ito in the cage in jail again. The card. The card. Shogi just sipping his tea. There's Yaimiko. I cannot believe Yaimiko is an animal as well. Venti drunk, of course. I just want to say for the record, if the Raiden Shogun is watching, I would never smack you in the back of the head. Please do not hurt me. Wait, child? That's seriously funny. That's really funny. And that's Shenhe. Of course it's Shenhe. That's how good the designs are in this, right? Because like you can tell who's who just from the animal designs here. That's definitely Shenhe, right? Again, if the Raiden Shogun is watching, I would not push you onto a pedestal. I'd put you on a pedestal in my mind. Goro, don't even try it. Yaimiko will destroy you. Child is adorable. This is so sweet. This is so sweet. Someone get Ito out of there. Klee, oh god. No! No, what? There's D-Luke. You're getting fed, Ito. Ito, the cage door is open. Ito. Thank you. Aww. Is that Ganyu? Oh my god, the laugh is so, like, so accurate. This is Xiao. Wait, that's Xiao? Is that Xiao? That's Xiao. Oh my god, that's Xiao. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Of course, Shangli's stretching about. Ganyu being like this mythical creature kind of makes sense, right? This is so beautiful. And there's Venti. Venti, of course. Oh, Venti has a drink of water in his hands. Gotta stay hydrated. Look at this crew. Really, really cool what they did here. Really cool. To be continued? I hope it's continued. That's like one of the, that was so freaking cool. That was so neat. Like I really feel like when it comes to like fan-made stuff like that, when they do stuff like that's like, hey, like transitioning into different styles, like we saw earlier, I love being able to recognize the characters, like because the styles are so distinctive. And if you get that right when it comes to animals, like we had a Danganronpa video a while back where it was like, this is what they would look like as animals. And I really feel like that, like if you get it wrong, you won't be able to tell who anyone is. But I feel like I'm pretty sure I got it very accurate who all those characters were in those designs, which I think is actually very cute, very adorable as well. Thank you so much for sending in, Death Trap. That was really, really great. And the next video is sent in by Dodo Dan, and it is the night security training video. It is another video in the FNAF series. So we watched one of these last week. Absolutely terrifying. FNAF is something that just scares me to death. Scares me to death because it's one of those things that like I'm so uncertain about. I don't know the full lore, but I think it's always really cool to just check these videos out.
Welcome to your new job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This video will elaborate on your duties as a nighttime security guard and will get you up to speed on the tools you will be using.
Like, this feels so real as well.
CCTV system. On your work desk should be a large tablet. Instead of using a desktop computer to access CCTV cameras, you'll be using this touchscreen tablet. Pressing the button on the side will boot it up and introduce you to a possibly unfamiliar interface. There should be a map of the restaurant on the bottom
This is
right
so
corner.
creepy. I know it's
Pressing
like
the
it's
buttons
supposed to
on
be
the map will
unintentionally
change
creepy,
the-
right? It's supposed to be intentionally unintentionally creepy, and it's working. Stop. Like those little moments.
Section 2. Door controls. You might have noticed the 2 large doors to your sides, and also your lack of provided flashlight. But why is that? You will need to use a flashlight with these specially engineered door
God.
controls. Pressing
Don't
the
turn it
light
on.
button will activate the light set outside the door, illuminating
No, my God, stop.
possible dangers. During the night, we allow our animatronics to roam the
Yeah, I
building
know
to
you
keep
do.
them from locking up and keeping repair costs low. However, this does pose the threat of an animatronic
Yes.
entering your office and possibly
Yes, and it's
damaging
horrifying.
valuable equipment. Use the security doors to keep them out of your office.
The pauses are more awkward than anything. They make me feel even more worried. Section 4, I am here. Stop. The hidden room in the bathroom hallway. The boards break them. I'm in there. I'm in there, Michael. Your father. I'm your father. I want to talk to you. I only want to see my boy. William, stop it! William! This is too much! Too much for me. Too much for me at all. No, it's great. Like, it's great. I love, like, those type of, like, freaky, like, videos. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm very desensitized when it comes to horror. But when it's right in front of me and I'm forced to pick up a controller, or it's a world like this, where, like, it's kind of like I said, intentional, unintentional horror, where it's, like, it's the creepiest thing you've ever seen. The creepiest thing you've ever seen. And it freaking terrifies me. Because it's like, it makes you feel icky, right? It makes you feel like, ooh, my God, like, what is this? I don't know. It's really, really cool. Thank you so much for sending it, Dodo Dan. 4 years ago, 5 million views. FNAF was huge, and it still is huge. FNAF was gigantic, for sure. The next video is sent in. Thank you so much for Dodo Dan. The next video is sent in by Kielty Sterlate. And it is the trailer for Inazuma, which I think we should watch for sure. We haven't actually got to see this, so... Which I love watching these trailers after the fact to see all the things we can notice.
Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts.
Yes.
As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity.
Man, oh my God, this place was
The
amazing.
Almighty Shogun, focused exclusively on our single goal of implementing eternity.
I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun. But before that, there is one other place I was
Man, look at the
hoping
tree,
you
look
both
at
would
the-
accompany me to.
Oh, this place.
When a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor.
That
In
statue
other
was
words,
magical,
a
by the
person's
way.
vision represents
Oh my
their
God,
ambition.
all the characters. These are pretty hype trailers, aren't they? They're super
It
hype
must be a
trailers.
possession, right? I see. That reminds me. It seems that his vision was recently
Whenever they
cultivated.
let our character Wander Aether look like cooler than he actually is, like not cooler than he actually is, but let him look cool, it's always the best. I also said like recently in the video on Thursday how like I love the contrast between like the nations, and you know it always sounds like I'm like, because when you talk about Inazuma, you have to talk about how it's a restrictive place, how like they tried to restrict you, how they tried to, and that's why the rebellion was going on. It always makes it sound like I'm like, oh, it's so restrictive, but I mean it in like a good way. I love how it's so different from the other places, and how like Subaru feels so different already.
It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing.
I just realized the subtitles
For
are
to
in
be stripped of one's vision
German.
is to be stripped of one's ambition. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to
that Yai
prevent
Miko's
his
voice?
descent into the depths.
Man, look at all these places that we got to explore. That hand boss, oh my God, that fire hand boss. I'm so glad that I have Toma like basically at the point where I don't need to level him ever again, because that boss was a trial. It's crazy how like looking back on this now, like, oh, there's our girl.
So, my intuition was
You're always correct.
The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
Yes, you're always correct. Wow, what a smart girl. Just so smart. Hit the mic again.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the
It's
lives
beautiful,
of those
isn't
who
it?
inhabit the world are inconsequential. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled
Oh
underfoot.
my god, the characters in
Thus,
these are so
we
good.
cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining
There's
indifferent
Noah.
to our own fate. Now, it is time for me to honor my word. I
Frostflake.
await your instructions.
So let me ask a question. When you saw this, is this the first time you saw all these characters, or was there like teasers beforehand for these characters?
My apologies. Kamisato art. Sumetsu. Do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity.
Yes,
When you are
man,
ready,
look, this is
go
so
to
hype.
Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There,
Yo,
you
yeah.
will find someone who can help you.
It's a really good trailer.
Introduce myself. A festive reprise. I'm Yui.
Frolicking flames.
Nice to meet ya.
Music is really fantastic too. They're doing a really good job with this trailer because, like, again, I feel like it's like,
Fire hazard.
again, I'm glad to see it afterwards, but I feel like they're not giving away too much. You know what I mean? Which I think is really neat. You know, again, I prefer still to watch them afterwards because I love to like be surprised about absolutely everything in the game. But I still think it's a really cool trailer to get people hyped. Should probably turn off. Oh, there's Sayu for this video.
At your disposal. And the
It's a big club, man.
Genjutsu.
Top 5 character in Genshin, right?
In addition to us,
Oh
there
my
is
god.
also the resistance
It's so
on
cinematic.
Watatsumi Island.
There's the rebellion.
Many who have lost or fear losing
Dude just passed
ambitions
out.
have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
Remove all threats to eternity by order of the Almighty Shogun.
Holy hell. Like, see, like, I love seeing this stuff naturally, you know?
Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
This is so hype.
Never betrays its own.
And the word hype is so like, I guess like it's so like 10 years ago, but it's the way, that's the best way to describe it. Like it is there's a hype for this, right? It makes you feel hyped. It makes the blood like start pumping.
You say, why would such a task be left to the Tenryo Commission? The wait is over, my comrades.
Oh my god. This moment, like still to this day,
You will be inlaid upon
I think I
this
dream about it
statue.
once a week. The immovable god. They like made Bolt Blitz lightning round, weaving lightning, automation front. Before we even got to Inazuma, one of the things that they built up so well was the restrictions that this place had. They did such a good job of that. And then, like, again, like I said, I went to Sumeru City, and like the difference in going to Sumeru City versus going to like Inazuma City for the first time, right? It's like both very beautiful, but they have a very different energy about them. You know what I mean? Docking in Inazuma versus docking in Sumeru City is such a different feeling. Both amazing because like that's what they are, and I love the contrast. And I keep having to say because, you know, like some people might be like, oh, he doesn't like Inazuma or whatever, like, because I always sounds like that, doesn't it? But like it's how you describe the game. It's like, it's a restrictive world. It's a place that like was restrictive to its people. It tried to stop you from leaving the first areas without a permit. It's such a contrast so far from Sumeru City and from Liyue and from Monset. They all are, and that's what it's about. Actually, I don't really know why I had to explain myself there. No, I don't think any one person could watch my Inazuma arc and think that I would not like Inazuma. All the new weapons. All the artifacts. Really cool stuff. Actually, super enjoyed that. Super enjoyed that. Yeah. Yeah, I think what they do is so well. And I've said it a million times, like, these trailers are so good, but I think like what you see here is like, it's the same kind of feeling but condensed into a trailer that I had before going to Inazuma, which was a fear. It was kind of scary. And Inazuma is like so threatening compared to like even like when I went to Sumeru City, and I went to Sumeru, like, and you'll see in Thursday, like I even say in the video, there's a feeling of like, oh my god, this kind of feels like, you know, like the air is free, the like everything is free. It's more freeing even than like, well, I wouldn't say like maybe like, I think it's freeing in a different way from Mondstadt, right? But even Mondstadt, when we first arrived in Mondstadt, it felt different because of Dvalin. Sumeru City feels like an open, free area with an underbelly we need to discover, because there's so many like weird underbellies there too. But yeah, I love seeing that trailer. I love seeing that type of stuff after I do the actual play the game, because then I get to like get some context for how you guys felt before you got to see the actual game itself. The next video is thank you so much for that, by the way, Kelty. The next video, wait, is it? Kelty, yeah. The next video is sent in by Emerald, and it's a video they made called Fischl Fights Tivat. If anyone knows anything, Fischl is, I think it was scientifically proven by NASA to be one of the greatest characters in the history of fiction. Don't ask me, I didn't say that. It was NASA. No, not Nessa. Like that girl we all know from Wales. NASA. All right? But yeah, this is Fischl Fights Tivat. Let's check it out. So the hide UI feature in this game is actually pretty neat. IMO. It makes it easier for me to make thumbnails, I'll tell you that much. You making art here? You making art here, Emerald? You couldn't see it, but my mouth went wide open when I saw the shot there. This is really cool. And Fischl's actually like can be very super powerful, as you can see here. Like, I'm assuming the Emerald has even a better Fischl than I do, probably. My Fischl's pretty powerful though. Like, you guys admit, like, she like just as soon as she summons Oz, everyone just dies. The laugh as well after the shot is so cool. I really love the idea of like one character, like the idea of like this character fights Tivat. It's a really cool concept. Jesus, man. Did you make like a new account or something to fight Dvalin? Oh, Dvalin's a boss you can fight. What am I talking about? Look at this. Child, don't even try it. No way. Oh, you got the walk animation perfect there. That's so cool. It is probably the best walk animation in the game. Really cool shots here. Oh yeah, Fischl just doing a little I'm the princess of the Vertelung on a boat. Man, and Sonora's like Fischl walking to Sonora just feels right. Like doing the fancy walk to Sonora just feels perfectly right. You're doing a good job with this for sure. For sure. And I think the new hide UI feature is the dog following Fischl. Oh yes! Honestly? It's really good to conclude those comedic moments too. Of Fischl jumping into the water. Honestly, soloing with Fischl up against like the Raiden Shogun, better person than I am. Wait a second. Don't go in there. That's where all the grass is. You ending in Sumeru, where I am right now, fantastic, and I appreciate it a lot. I definitely appreciate it by a mile. Really cool. I don't know if you said this was your first or whatever it was you were doing. I know you said you made it yourself. But it's a really cool montage, and I think that like what you got really right here is like something that like most people like, you know, I think should do always, you know, when they make singular character videos like this, is to get the personality across. You know, Fischl's personality shows really well here. Whether it be the little movements, the little like, and again, like Fischl is someone who's like a fake it till you make it type of girl, right? She's a girl who like will consistently like fake it till she makes it. And I think you show that so well here. Even showing the comedic moments where she falls into water, that's so Fischl. It's so Fischl to like try her best but still face plant, you know, in front of everyone, you know, when she's trying to be like the princessin. Really cool stuff, Emerald. Keep it up. Definitely keep it up. Thank you for sending in. The next video is sent in by Arcadia of Pride, and it is the Song of Innocence, Inazuma Chapter OST Album 2. So this is Rue's song. Am I right in saying that? Rue's theme. Yes, sorry. I was just looking there, making sure on the message. Let's check this out. Hoyo mix. Such a big deal, man. This moment. Jesus Christ, the budget. The budget that Genshin has is astronomical. Wait, is this official? This is official, yeah. The budget. I'm pretty sure that they could pay to send people to the moon to perform this song. That's very sweet, isn't it? Such a beautiful song as well, isn't it? Man, again, look at this. Like, this is like the presentation, how well they treat their songs. I know not every game has the luxury of being able to do this. Man, this is so beautiful. Man. These kids got to go to the beach for a day. You know? And sing a song. What a time. And it makes sense that it's always like, you know, like this, because again, it is about the innocence of Rue, you know? Depicted through the voices of these innocent kids. It's just a beautiful song, isn't it? Just an absolute beautiful song. Holy hell. I'm sorry, like, I'm just like so mesmerized by this. Like, it's so beautiful. I think it's a gorgeous song. I think that the way they present their songs all the time, like, they're always incredible. It's like, again, it's like it separates Genshin almost immediately. To just like it's like, hey, this is how we like, again, and not everyone has the luxury of doing it, I understand that, but look at this. Already it's like this is big budget in a game that's all about like the most beautiful art style you've ever seen in your life. Really cool stuff. Unbelievably cool stuff. Arcadia Pride also says happy 100 episodes, Calvin. And talking about, I don't know how much they want me to actually read this. I'll ask people in the future if you want me to read out the messages as well. I'm so glad you're able to save your reaction to the end of Rue's Quest. You know, talk about watching the videos and stuff like that. And please read the text of the peculiar opinion item if you haven't already. It'll hurt in the most bittersweet way. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that, Arcadia. I will do that. If I have it, I think I have it, right? So we'll do it next time, maybe, for the next video. Thank you so much for sending in, and thank you so much for saying happy 100 episodes. It's been such a fantastic time for me. It really has. Arcadia, thank you so much for sending it in. Again, it's so cool seeing these type of videos because, again, I get to see like stuff outside of Genshin. I don't search for this stuff just because, like, legitimately, I will tell you, I do not watch any Genshin Impact videos. Because if I'm doing a Let's Play on a game, I tend to not watch videos. Unless, like, I think there was one time where I got stuck and I looked up a walkthrough. And I remember I told you guys that anyway. I was like, yeah, like, I got really stuck and I was like, hey, I can't find this piece of paper in this side quest. And I looked it up. And I told you guys, though, I'll always do full disclosure on that stuff. I'm never going to hide that stuff from you guys. But yeah, like, beyond that, I don't really watch Genshin videos because I like to make sure I don't get recommended Genshin videos, I suppose. Even though this is on my second account. But you get what I'm saying. But this is on my second account. So don't worry about sending Genshin videos for me. But thank you so much. The next video is sent in by Malcolm Condé, and actually it's a video that looks pretty interesting. Subnautica is the gold standard of open world progression. And Malcolm made sure to say I don't agree with every point. And I think that's the thing. I have a lot of strong feelings about open world games. I hope Malcolm's okay with me maybe like disagreeing with some of this stuff too. Let's check it out.
Imagine for a moment.
I disagree. Hold on. No, I'm kidding.
Never played a video game before. No long nights playing Fortnite with friends. No fathoms long grinds to max your EVs. No tears at an amazing story. In this world, someone turns on a TV in front of you, and it displays what you know in this world to be Super Mario 64. The person that turned on the game places a controller in your hands and utters 3 words to you. Save the princess.
Cool presentation here.
It might seem simple at a glance. You'd trial and error all the controls, play the levels, grab the stars, and eventually face off with Bowser, freeing Peach from his clutches. Now. Perhaps it seems that simple from where you are, but there are tons of things going on in your subconscious. There are a million little details silently pointing you in the direction you need to go. The moment you gain control of Mario, you have a giant castle in front of you and a path leading straight to it.
100%.
When you get inside, you're likely to explore left to right, leading you straight to Babam.
Perfect take.
In the level, you can follow the path right in front of you, right up the mountain to King Babam. Upon defeating him, the game simply tells you that Whomp's Fortress is now unlocked, guiding you
perfect
there.
take.
One thing leads to another, and the developers guide you on the path to Princess Peach. There's a reason Mario 64 is heralded as one of the video games ever, but that's because even now, it understands what you need to make an open-world game feel less.
The only thing I disagree with, I don't see Mario's it understands what to do as Mario's it understands what to do in an open world game. I think there's a difference between an overworld game and an open world game, right? And we all have different ideas of what these are. An overworld game to me is a game like that you go into different worlds and you're like, you know, it's not like you can just quickly transition between worlds. Like it's an overworld that has different worlds within them and different levels within them. I don't see it as an open world game, but the concept here is true. And I agree with the concept so much. And the concept is that with open world games, one of my favorite things is just like, again, the developer guiding you along the path with as little, like not as little information as possible, but like it shows you exactly what you need to do without directly always telling you what to do. And I love that in open world games.
It's intimidating. To understand what I mean, let's take a look at one of the most intimidating.
Like Ocarina of Time to me is an overworld game that has an overworld where there's different levels you can go to. Now, it is like, to me, the groundwork for a lot of open world games, for sure. But to me, it has an overworld. It's not exactly open, if that makes sense. Same with Super Mario 64 to me is not an open world game. It's an overworld game, but it does. I do agree with the concept itself.
Ever to exist. Before that, though, I have to warn you: this video is a certified opinion.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You may not agree with what I have to say, and that's fine. Good, even. Please, if you want to make your difference known, leave a comment.
110%. It's just video games. Of course, people can disagree.
Want to talk, though, my Discord server is a better place for it. Now, with that out of the way, what the hell is going on? Now, obviously Minecraft isn't intimidating in the traditional sense, but it is in the creative sense. What I mean by that is, if you were dropped into Minecraft with no clue what's going on, you wouldn't realistically make it very far. I'm not going to reiterate my bit from the intro, but there is an amazing video by Retro Gaming Now that covers the topic in relation to Minecraft extensively. Links in the description.
I guess, again,
in short,
if you didn't know what it was, yeah, for sure.
For communities, and most importantly, the internet. The game was designed to be beaten with help. The original developers didn't consider the solo, uneducated experience when building the progression of the game, and by the time they got wise to the problem, it was too late. Hell, the Nether, a critical piece of progression, an unavoidable fact of every Minecraft playthrough, started as a secret hell dimension as part of a Halloween update. Only when it got closer to 1.0 release did Notch make it home to Nether fortresses and blazes. By then, the Nether was common knowledge. People already knew how to make a Nether portal, they knew what to bring and how to survive. The game released, and the thought, how will noobs access the Nether, rarely crossed any minds. They didn't even bother explaining it in the Minecraft Essential Handbook. In fact, the only mention of the Nether in the entire book is a throwaway line about not placing a bed there. Apparently, beating the game isn't essential. Thanks, Mojang.
Well, like, can I say that I definitely think that beating Minecraft is like the least essential part of that game to me. What I love about Minecraft, and when I used to play with my friends a few times when we would play it, like I played it like a few times, maybe like I had on the Vita, but I never really like got really far into it. But what we did like about like the 2 hours we play here or there was always like just like making a house, exploring together, building stuff. Like that's what was important to me. But again, different importance to everybody else, you know?
Tack. Minecraft is an infinite game. Almost. Well, infinite enough. You could play the same world day in and day out your whole natural life and still not see it all by the time you kick the bucket and pass it on to your next of kin. That is far from a bad thing, but it means the game is something different for everyone. For some people, it's a calm retreat from a stressful life. For others, it's a creative outlet and an opportunity to make something incredible. For others, it's a grind fest fit for an MMO. Oh wait, there is a Minecraft MMO. I'll leave discussion of that to my brother, though. That is definitely not this, and this is certainly not that. But the fact that all of them can coexist in tandem is a testament to the versatility of Minecraft as a whole. You can go as slow or as fast
100%.
as you want, and not even traditionally progress at all, and still
So
have
true.
the same amount of fun.
Love it.
On the spectrum of
Love
open
it.
world progression, Minecraft sits squarely on the open end. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a game that sits on the other side of the world from Minecraft's non-linearity. That's not to say
One of
it
my
isn't an
favorite
open
games
world
ever
game,
made.
because that's a big... When the game came out, it was praised across the board for its sprawling open world and its non-linear, hands-off approach to its gameplay.
And it 100% does. Let's see how we disagree here.
It definitely deserves that. The ups and downs in comparison to Minecraft have to do with the nature of the points of interest on offer. If you walk 1,000 blocks in Minecraft, you could see any number of things. Just in a couple minutes of zooming around in spectator mode, I saw a flooded ravine, a scenic shipwreck, a jungle temple hidden in the trees, a sprawling canyon, and a mountainous village with buried secrets. In Breath of the Wild, you could do the same thing and find similar wonders, but they're a lot more finite. Eventually, you will reach the end of the map. However, Zelda's edge over Minecraft is in the content of those sites. Think back to that village.
And that's why, from my take on this, like, again, that's why I always feel like, you know, when you compare them, it's always a little bit difficult because, yeah, the reason why Breath of the Wild is talked about as, like, one of the most impressive open world games of all time, and it is one of the most, like, you know, sought after games of all time, is not just because, like, you know, like, oh, it has this really cool open world, which it does. Like, legitimately, it, like, has this amazing open world that doesn't hold your hand, that kind of lets you do whatever you need to do. The exploration is so much fun, but it's the density of the things you can do in that game. Because even though, like, what I do love about that world is that when you do get to a certain place, there is at least stuff to do.
It wasn't placed there by anyone. It has no meaning. Those buried secrets I mentioned were just a cave underneath it that juts into the mountain. There is no meaning there until you see it, until you give it its meaning. Even the smallest landmarks in Breath of the Wild have significant meaning, love poured into each brushstroke forming the landscape. A beautiful mountain in Minecraft is just that, a quirk of world gen. In Breath of the Wild, it's Satori Mountain, created in remembrance of Satoru Iwata, who sadly passed during the game's creation. It's home to absurd quantities of hearty meal ingredients, and if you come at the right time, you can find the fabled Lord of the Mountain, Satori itself.
I love Breath of the Wild.
It's dense. Layers,
Let me turn on the subtitles, by the way,
love and dedication
just in case
poured
I'm
into
talking
every
too much.
inch of Hyrule. as scummy a company as Nintendo can be, when they make something beautiful, they knock it out of the park.
I would argue that Nintendo consistently make things beautiful. Like, it's still one of the best dev teams in the world when it comes to their company. Not only just how they treat their employees, but also just like in how they create video games. You know, like a lot of people like look down on the idea of like them playing, oh, they make like kiddie games. It's like, man, like Mario Wonder was just like a beautiful like 9 out of 10 game that just came out randomly and then we moved on. That's what Nintendo does nowadays.
For a more mixed point, Breath of the Wild's story is very disjointed due to the fact that
Intentionally
from the
so.
moment you get the paraglider, you can go anywhere. The Divine Beasts were meant to be completed in any order, and that's a
Lightning
blessing
always lasts for me.
and a curse. On one hand, the sense of
such
freedom
a
for the
beautiful
player
place.
is overwhelming. You could do anything. On the other hand, the way they chose to handle the Divine Beast quests themselves was questionable. They turned out very formulaic when you got used to it. You get to a regional village, watch a short cutscene showing you the beast terrorizing the place, or Vod Meadow just kind of sitting there. Speak to the elder, meet the champion's descendant, run an errand, come back, get to know the champion, wonder why you couldn't just work with them instead, except for Riju. Riju's cool. Do a mini-game with the descendant to get inside the beast, meet the champion's ghost, find the map, solve 5 puzzles by rotating sections of the beast to activate terminals associated with them, return to the main console, fight I Can't Believe It's Not Ganon, free the champion's spirit, gain their ability, and leave.
Okay, I know. I'll let them finish because I do have a take on this as well.
Even then, from the inside, every divine beast looks nearly identical.
That's
In a
a good
perfect
take.
world,
That's a
the
good
beasts would be
critique.
unique, but as it stands, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. The same goes for all the other mini-dungeons, the shrines. They all look identical, and even worse, all 120 of them fall into distinct categories.
Okay. Can I just say I personally like I can totally get the idea of the critique that all the dungeons look the same in what you call it in the actual Divine Beasts. But like to me, like the shrines are like some of the puzzles are so distinctive and so fun. Like they're so fun. Yeah, there's like a lot of similar combat dungeons, but also like for me, like when it comes to like the idea of like, oh, this is just very formulaic. That's kind of what like video games can be. Like you can like boil down anything in video games to like a formula if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like people do Red Dead Redemption 2. If I turned around and said like one of my favorite games of all time is like Elden Ring. You know, I could be like, well, you go out into the open world, you kill some enemies around here. You find a cave, you fight a boss in there, you find a legacy dungeon, you go in and kill a bunch of enemies, you travel to the whole area, you kill 2 bosses in that area, and then you get to go to a new area. You know, you can find formula in everything, you know what I mean? For sure.
It's all been parroted by hundreds of people before, but I highly recommend looking into it on your own time. If you want more smaller things out of the world than shrines, though, you're pressed for options. You can find little bosses scattered around like Lionels, Hinox, and stone taluses. You know what, I give up. And maybe an occasional monster camp, but that isn't really a reason to be anywhere beyond a major settlement or a shrine. And that's a crying shame because this is my favorite world to ever come out of a Nintendo game. Or maybe
Yeah, and I
even
think it's
AAA game in
100%. I always like when people have that critique, it's always 100% fair. When people say that, like, you know, I really felt like, you know, after a while I didn't really care about the monster camps, and I can totally fall into that category too sometimes. But I guess like just for me, like personally, I adored, like I never got tired of them. It's the same with like Ghost of Tsushima, a game that I'm not a big fan of, but one thing I always loved was like infiltrating camps. The same formula for every camp, but I still freaking love the formula.
On the open world scale, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sits near the middle. It starts fairly linear, but then it opens up explosively.
I think it's fair.
Whether that's good or bad,
I think it's fair. I think it's a fair assessment, right? It's like it's like halfway between a Minecraft and what I believe they're going to say is. Wait, but if they're saying Subnautica is going to be more linear?
For the last game I wanted to take a look at today, I wanted to put all the things discussed previously to the test and to see them all done right in one game.
By the way, yeah.
You saw my last.
Like I said, like I think that like that there's, you know, in every single type of one of these videos, like they said at the start, the whole point is like you're sharing your opinion. Not everyone's going to agree with my opinion on open world games either. And I think that's actually like a really cool thing to me anyway. I think it'd be really silly if it wouldn't be a cool topic if I sat here the whole episode going, yeah, true. Because like for me, like so far it's like I've agreed with like 35% And then I've been like indifferent on like another like 20%, and the rest I've kind of disagreed with. And I think that's the way things should go.
Big video, you know it, you love it. It's FNAF World, baby! Woo, yeah, FNAF World, let's go! Subnautica, it's Subnautica. Subnautica is, in my opinion, the lightning in a bottle of open world games. The way progression is handled is baked into the very foundation
100%.
of the game. Replicating it while bringing new stuff to the table and improving on what was there before is nigh impossible, as proven by the sequel.
Well, I haven't played the sequel,
but
I'm agreeing with everything else here.
Also, its most fundamental: depth. Now, that could mean many different things, but here I mean it at its most literal. You literally have a depth meter at the top of your screen at all times. In the early game, you mainly are expanding outwards, scanning blueprints to let you scan more blueprints. Before long, though, you have to go down. Without a vehicle, you're limited by how much oxygen you have, and even when you get a vehicle, you're limited by...
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna let them speak, but they're so right. This is one of my favorite aspects of Subnautica, but they're so right.
Crush depth. It doesn't feel forced or gatekeepy because all this exists in real life. In fact, the game throws a massive bone your way by not giving you a crush depth. In Breath of the Wild, the game had to account for you being everywhere all at once and then going everywhere else. Unknown Worlds didn't have to do that because until a certain point in progression, you simply can't get down there. Well, you can.
So like again, to me, like this, like again, I'm sorry for pausing here, but like to me, like that's why the game feels very freeing, while like the restrictions also feel very free. It's like nobody's stopping you going down there, apart from like the very realistic you will drown. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not, you can't be angry at that. It's like, of course I drown if I went too far down. And I think that's what's really freaking neat about that.
Secrets break. And speaking of, the game's story actually works in the context of you being allowed anywhere on the surface. The radio transmissions you receive periodically simply guide you to places that are beneficial to you, like the Sparse Reef and the Mountain Island, which in turn guides you to the Floating Island, then to the Jelly Shroom Caves, Grand Reef, and Wada Wada Bing Bing, you've saved the world! Subnautica takes the player on a fairly linear path, but that's not a bad thing. Without it, you wouldn't have had much of a reason
to go
anywhere.
It feels linear because of the restrictions, but the restrictions are the thing that I love so much about it that makes it feel like the progression is actually like perfect.
You would miss crucial fragments and get stuck very low down on the tech tree. You just quit out of boredom.
Yes.
Open world games are nothing without a reason to explore them, and that's what Subnautica perfected. Minecraft suffers from the blank canvas dilemma, the feeling of not knowing what to do next. Breath of the Wild suffers from being too committed to its open concept, bogging itself down with all these player contingencies.
Again, I disagree with that, but we're you know what I mean? That's opinions.
Throughout heaven and earth, it alone... What? Alright. My PR team has advised me that I'm not allowed to make that joke. All that aside, though, Subnautica isn't without flaws. It's buggier by a long shot than either of the other games, and not always in a fun way. Sometimes your vehicles can just peace out of bounds, never to be seen again. And so can the fish. Especially the big fish.
Okay, I mean, that's what they do.
The game also runs worse than the others, which is a hell of a feat considering... And... Needless to say, a little indie team made a big boy indie game, and that's to be commended despite any performance.
I said, oh my god, I said that as well. Well, I agree so much. Do you remember I was like, okay, I'm okay with glitches because of how freaking well crafted this game is. I was like, no problems whatsoever. You have as much glitches as you want.
Subnautica stands on the linear end of the open world scale, and I honestly think that's a good thing. Knowing how your
it's linear, but like in a way that's like open, right? Like it's linear because of the restrictions it puts on you, but it still feels like I'm in a gigantic open world, right? It still feels like I'm like in an expanse, and eventually the game feels very closed in because of how many places you've explored.
Point A to point B is essential to creating an enjoyable experience for them. I haven't touched on half the issues with most AAA offerings nowadays, like map markers, quest lines, so on and so forth.
I think it's like checklists sometimes.
They're all bad. Sometimes people just don't want to think about where they're going. They just want to ride their horse to the big beacon over yonder, and that's okay. The real struggle is striking a balance between the casual and the cringe, and that's not the easiest thing in the world to get right. The advice I can give is this: know your demographic. There's no way to please everyone, but if you play your cards right, you can at least please someone. But hey, what do I know? I've never developed a game in my life. Something tells me, though, that if I really tried, I could do it. And you know what? So could you.
No, I couldn't.
So get out there and do what you really want to do.
Just being honest.
Don't let anyone stop you. And if they try, succeed to spite them. You are worth it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching. The response to my last video essay was astounding, so I'm here to give the people what they want. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like it, comment any comments, and subscribe to the next one. I don't know how to
I have some, like some closing topics on thoughts on this.
200 is just such an absurd number, and
wait,
I really didn't think I'd reach it.
Where are you now? Probably way. You were doing this at 6. I understand. I'm not saying that like smaller channels don't do amazing stuff.
Thank you, and you in the back. More fun stuff is coming soon, and I'm grateful for every moment that I get to take this journey with you. So sit back, relax.
Just a really cool video. Really well made, really well taught. I feel like they put their thoughts out incredibly well. They have 1.63K. Oh my god! You like again? I know like people say that about my channel sometimes as well, where it's like, oh my god, like you're like you feel like I feel like you should have more, and I'm always very, very happy about that. Like absolutely incredible. But it seems like again, I'm in no position to give advice to a channel like this who does different content to me. Just looking at your channel, like do what you love. It's very clear that you have found a niche that people like. And that is those video essays about this stuff. Yeah, like so yeah, like of course like I said, like with any type of I love that like at the start they're like, yeah, this is an opinion, this is my opinion. Really well, always really well to do, just because a lot of people will tend to disagree. Again, for me, like with the Breath of the Wild stuff, like I think I agree with like some aspects of it. Then like but then again, I'm coming from a place of like where I absolutely adored that game, and I have a playthrough on my channel, a blind playthrough on my channel, where I was basically like bowing down to that game for the whole playthrough. So that's like my perspective is probably a little bit skewed, but the Subnautica take is so true. Like I love the restrictions in Subnautica, because what it does is it creates like this progression in this game that feels incredibly natural, but like is restrictive. But like you don't know it's restrictive because it just feels normal that you wouldn't be able to do something like that. It feels normal you wouldn't be able to travel. If you got everything from the start, like everything you needed from the start, which you can, I think in like maybe you can do it in creative, I'm not sure. I imagine that it would be a very different playthrough for me. But it was a really interesting topic. It really was, with the Minecraft stuff and all this stuff. I think like the only thing like, like the Breath of the Wild thing, like, and that's okay. Like disagreeing with that, the aspect of the shrines, because I think the shrines is one of the most incredible things about those games. But I do think that it's very true that like, it for a lot of people who criticize the game, and the criticisms I always hear of Breath of the Wild are always that it's too, like, it's not dense enough in some aspects of it. You know what I mean? Like you can go hours without seeing a person, but that's what I love. I love like when you see a person like for like you haven't seen for hours, and you're like, oh my god, it's this person, and like it makes you feel like that person's like the most special person in the world. Just seeing a normal person on a bridge, But I think Tears of the Kingdom even improved on a lot of that stuff too for me. But yeah, this is a really good video. This is a really, really good video, Tall Pancake. I think that you found a niche here that is going to be, that you're going to quickly grow with this type of stuff. I genuinely do. And this stuff is hard to make sometimes. But I think what's good about this video as well is that you're giving your take and you're not like faltering on your opinion. You're doing it in a very respectful manner, but also like being very critical. I think that's also something like it's hard to do on YouTube sometimes. And I think you did a good job of that for sure. If you ever see this, not that they're going to see this, but if they ever see it, really cool stuff. And I will say go watch their video then and all that stuff as well. Really cool stuff. Thank you so much for that, Malcolm. The next video is sent in by Kois, and I have to get back into my playlist here. Here it is. And it is the Tighnari character demo, Japanese dub with English subtitles. Let's check this out. So, a character demo was already sent in, and maybe this is my bad for not catching this. But for me, it's like, okay, we'll watch it. It has an English and Indonesian sub. It's going to be a completely different vibe. We watch different things in different languages all the time. Yeah.
雨季が来ると水甘竹は急速に繁殖する。
I love it. I actually think this character demo is fantastic. Again, such a different vibe from like every other character demo. Like I can't get up with the football thing. He should have his own football anime. It's really pretty, isn't it? It's really pretty music as well. Can you actually do that with Tighnari? Like with the actual ball? It's really just pretty character design too. I love as well that Tighnari cuts his hair like really fine as well, you know, every single day, you know, because that's how you get that type of hairstyle, by the way. Like that's a fresh cut. Beautiful music, like the music you hear. I love this aspect of it too. Like, yeah, of course, because we went into a dream as well. It was kind of similar to the vibes we got too. This forest is more magical and has like deeper secrets than we think, you know? I'll add that to the next edition, the field rainforest stuff. Yeah, really cool stuff again. Like really neat. Yeah, sorry I didn't catch it. But then again, like I think people send them in like legitimately, you know, for different languages and stuff like that because it is like a different energy, a different vibe to the actual videos themselves. Really cool stuff. For that, so I think like what I love about this. Sorry, just going back here for a second here. Now that we have the chance to do it again, this hallucination thing sets up like the story perfectly for me. Sorry, you're not seeing this. So sorry. Like again, sets up this character perfectly as well. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I forget that you guys actually can't see the or hear the what was going on there, to be honest, which is my fault, really. It's my fault. But yeah, really cool stuff. I love Tighnari already as a character. You know what the difference is between the two character, like the voices and the tone of voice? In the Japanese, they kind of like did it more of a kind of like, they're both very soft, but like I feel like even like the Chinese dub is more commanding sometimes, and the Japanese dub is kind of like more inquisitive, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's cool to see. It's cool to see. It definitely has a different, like again, it's the same character, the same soft kind of energy, the same kind of like, you know, like it feels the same, just like with most of the characters. That's why the direction of voice acting in this game is so good. But I do love the different variations of takes that people have from different languages and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. Thank you so much for sending in. Once again, for sending in Kawaias. Thank you so much. The next video is sent in by What's Your Damage? And said, sorry, I'm late. You're not late. You're not late at all. So this is the Honkai Impact third concert. I don't know anything about Honkai Impact, but I'm definitely willing to check this out. Let's go. So people have told me about Honkai just because they were telling me about, because when I was like, I want to play Honkai, and everyone knew I kind of meant Star Rail. I think people were like, you mean Impact? Which, unfortunately, I did not. Had already become hated by the very power and most need. Now he's at his journey's end. Ooh. Voice. The imaginary tree. What is happening here? Every night brings a dream. Whoa. That is beautiful. I don't even know what's happening in the back of this stuff, man. Like this like again, like it's good. Like if you ever do play Honkai Impact, it's gonna be a while. It definitely is because there's so many games on the list. Cool microphone. This is a really pretty song. Like we have before we play like on the list of games we're playing, by the way, it's first we're playing Genshin, we're gonna move on to Honkai Star Rail, then either Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone Zero, but one of those games, like it's gonna be a while. And we're still gonna be playing Genshin every time there's like an update or an event or something like that every week. We're still gonna be doing that type of stuff. Like it's not, you know, it's like legitimately to catch up with everything, I think it will take a long time. So that's why I wouldn't put Honkai Impact on this, but it's from what people see, the people who love this game love it. The lyrics are really, really pretty. It's a really pretty song, like. It's like a purple, orange block. Beautiful style here with the clocks. I love this beat. Look at this. Who's crying? Let's stop crying. I don't like really, really great art in the background, by the way. I don't like seeing people cry, man. It makes me sad too. Whenever a choice is made as well, like that's the idea of like choices leading to like consequences as well always like breaks me up, man. Beautiful artwork here. Honestly gorgeous. Oh my god, that's such a powerful line. What the hell? Hitting me right in the heart. Sickly boy without a friend. This is making me super emotional for a story I know nothing about. Great character designs here. Is that went by so fast. It's not even funny. That legitimately went by so fast. Such a beautiful song. Like legitimately just like a really, really pretty song. That had some really great lyrics and very impactful music. Yeah, I don't even know anything, like a lick of a thing about Honkai Impact whatsoever at all. But I do know whenever someone talks about it in my comment section, people are like, this is like the thing. This is like the greatest thing known to mankind and all people above Earth. No, they talk about it as like, I know it sounds really like, but like that's the way people describe the games they love, you know? And to me, like that always it was like, oh, Honkai Impact. You know, I really love to play Honkai Impact. It's one of the great, and I adore that, and I do love that people send in stuff like this because again, it's stuff that I would take forever to see and would never see. Really, really, really cool stuff. Thank you so much for sending that in. What's your damage? It really means a lot to me to see stuff like that. Like, you know, that's why I love our own react, seeing stuff that I wouldn't usually see. There's rarely a video. I think there's not been one video in this series that I've seen before this at all. Like, you know, and that's what I love about it. I really do love it a lot. The next video is sent in by Nightmare444, and it's Undertale Yellow musical, Bites, A Mother's Love. So, we've seen a few Undertale musical videos. Undertale Yellow was a fantastic game. That, I legitimately thought I wouldn't be able to finish because it was so hard, but then I turned on casual mode. I'm not afraid to admit it.
For children, for Kanako, for the future.
Great character designs as well, obviously.
Nowhere to run, nowhere left to hide. The game is
Great voice. True. It's such a powerful story. Like in blood. So good. This is my favorite one so far, and it's like on the like Yellow stuff. But I guess like it's because of Yellow's so recent in my mind, right? And like this character design is like so slick, you know what I mean? But all of them are very, very cool. But like I just like love this character's voice a lot. Look how good the artwork in these games are. This one, like, just a beautifully designed, like, area. And an unbelievably sad moment.
How could you hope to judge me now with the things I carried? Knowing my tale.
Man, this is so sick. Ooh. Wow. Again, like getting... I think these musicals are so good at like, you know, portraying like what's on the inside all the time, but like being able to like say more because you're able to do it during a song. You know, it's not awkward or clunky when you're doing it through song to me.
Nothing left to hide, no more tears to shed. Among the dead, stained my faith in red. Those who need a superhero must make peace with darker deeds.
So those who need to be saved have to first like make peace with like the darker aspects of life, I'm guessing. Oh, there we go. There's Undertale musical. There it is. This one was insane.
I never claimed that I was a saint as I drown in this sea of mistakes. One ray of light got me through the darkest nights. It's the promise.
Beautiful artwork as well. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. I was just mesmerized by how good are like the colors and everything.
Try to move on for the ones who have gone, but I cannot live, cannot forgive the things that
And forgiving yourself, right?
carried by the winds of fate. No paths left but the one I make. I have but one more life to take, one more child to be slaughtered. Let creation hear my cries, the pain of premature goodbyes. This only ends when
Oh, when he ends when someone dies.
till then the fires of hell grow hotter. Blood already stained my hands before I met the child of man. Oh, I must finish what began. I'm so tired of treading water.
Just treading water. The idea of just like just getting through life as normal, like without her daughter as well.
The sky above that no one
Yeah. Oh my god, man. The way they're depicting this. Okay, ended on that. We're ending on this. We're ending on the tears. I mean, that's Undertale. That's always been Undertale, hasn't it? One of the saddest things you can ever like experience is Undertale. Really cool stuff. So was this more of a fan-made stuff, or was it one of the official ones as well also? I wonder. You probably know more than me for sure. Thank you so much for sending in Nightmare 444. I actually really think they're like really nice to look back on the story and the things we've experienced so far in Undertale. It's really cool. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for Rome Reacts. Thank you so much for sending in your videos, and thank you so much for watching this, guys. And thank you so much to Never Gonna Pay the Baby Gangsta here on Patreon. And that is Tyfire 2, Jamie Bold, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicius Felix, George Candelaria, Eskun, Yule, Radish, Fruity, Anusta, Shabata Red, Malcolm Conde, V Mika, Death Trap, and Mixed Marketing. I'll see you guys for the next Rome Reacts. Bye-bye.